What's going on, YouTube people? Once again, it's your boy, Arachnid Soul, intellectual and voracious as always. Today, coming to you once again with a little Gran Turismo 5. You know, I like to save you guys money on games, but I also like to save you guys money in games. So today, I'm going to save you some money on this game. And we're going to the used car lot. Now, I just bought a used car a couple of seconds ago. And what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you the car I have here. This is what I just bought. The Ford Mustang SVT Cobra R 2000. Alright, I paid a little over 41 grand for it, which is a great deal. It's a level 8 car, as you can see there over to the right. What I'm going to do with this car is I'm going to test drive this car, and I'm going to test drive this car without any mods on, because this is the very first GT5 Naked Drive, and you see that logo on the screen. Please appreciate that. It took me at least 3 minutes to create. We're going to go to a practice track here, and I'm going to pick a track that I usually pick to try out cars. It's in the city. There's two versions of it. There's the wet version, and there's the dry version. It's the special stage Route 7 night track. It's a 14.5 mile track, but if you look at the straightaway on this track, 2.5 miles. You know what that means? It means you're fully going to get to open up your car, and also this track has enough veers and turns as well. It also has a 180-degree turn, so if you feel like drifting through there, you probably can. Certainly not in this naked car, but in any case, point being, this track shows you everything that your car can do. It looks like a straight line there, but that actually is two sides of the track if you see that map in the upper left. So we're going to check out a couple of things here. As always, you have to drive this track in the cockpit mode to fully appreciate it. We're going to test out speed. We're going to test out handling. We're going to test out acceleration. And we're going to see what speed we have as we go past these beams. I'm going to count that as 125. And then when we mod the car here in a couple of seconds, put some upgrades on it, give it some clothes, make it sexy, make it luxurious, make it something that you might want to purchase in your game, we're going to come back to this same track, and I'm going to tell you about all the little nuances. How is it handling? How's it accelerating? Did we get to a faster top speed by the time we went through those beams there? Okay, let's talk about the brakes here. Not bad. I will say though, I held down that brake a little bit longer than I would have liked to. Looks like this is one of the 80-degree or 180-degree turns. Yeah, that's right. I hit the e-brake. Don't sue me for that. But yeah, the car is, I wouldn't say squirrely, but it's not as straight as I would like it to be. You know, I wish I could have gone through that turn with a little bit more confidence and speed, but I know that right now this car just isn't capable of doing it. And this is the first kind of straightaway, not really because we are veering, but as we get into the tunnel here in a second, we're going to take this car and we're going to take it up to the top speed and see what it can do. It's handling pretty well. I mean, I have to be honest with you, for a naked car, this really isn't bad. The top speed isn't great, so this would be a car that you, if you had some friends in a private lounge or lobby, and you all agreed to drive this car naked, like, you guys could have a really good race. But if they're driving any other car and you're driving this car naked, or you're even trying to drive this car naked in anything but maybe the first 3 races of the single-player campaign, just a heads up, that's going to be a mistake. You know a car is good when you can almost zone out a little bit. And then when you realize, hey, I'm playing a driving game. Your car, it's not, you know, scratch and paint off the side. The cops haven't pulled it over. That's when you know you've got a good car. And I am experiencing some degree of that with this car already, which is pretty surprising. Now, I believe, if I remember correctly, this car had a V8 engine. I'm not going off of any stats or anything I read in the game. I'm just trying to think back to when this car was actually released, and I'm pretty sure that's what I read about it. So here's the straightaway. We're coming through this tunnel now, about 160 miles per hour. We're hitting 165 now. All right. I mean, the top speed really isn't bad. It almost gets up to 170 maybe, 168. We're going to come out of this tunnel soon, and I feel like we're going to start veering, or the road's going to switch a little bit. It's okay. We'll say that 168 is the top speed for this car, naked, without its beach towel on. And we'll say that we hit those first beams of the bridge at 125. So now we've talked about the top speed, we've talked about the acceleration, we've talked a little bit about the handling, which isn't too bad. This car does ask you to be more cautious than a lot of cars, so I'm going to actually start braking here for this turn a little bit earlier than I would, because it kind of swerves left and then swerves right. Yeah, okay. So you really don't want to have to be this cautious with the turn. And as you see, I'm really trying, but the car did go a little wide that time, and I had to fight it. It looked like it wanted to veer left as I came back in. Anyway, so we're going to take it down another straightaway and go back through the tunnel. So that's pretty much how I test drive cars on this track. I've shown you everything pertinent that I need to show you. Now we're going to go upgrade this car. I'm going to take you through the mods. Hell, let's just do it. We're going to go upgrade this car. I'm going to take you through the mods, and also on the screen I'm going to keep you appraised of all the money I'm spending. That way you guys can see how much money it costs to take this car up to the level I'm going to take it up to, and you guys early on can kind of ascertain if that's an investment you want to make, if that's going to be worth your while for the style that you like to drive on this game. Now the first thing I recommend, car maintenance and services. This is a used car. People do not know how to take care of their used cars. Case in point, I will bet money that this car has dirty oil from the previous owner, and that we're going to improve the horsepower just by changing the car oil. We're going to see here, we're going to go to oil change, and there you see right away, we're going to go from 344 horsepower up to 361 horsepower just by changing the oil. So the little guy is going to come in here, the car is going to levitate. You can't tell, but that little man is David Copperfield. And as that car comes back down and that oil level goes back up, we have a better car already. It might actually be a good thing when you get a new car just to do that. Alright, let's go to, let's check out the aero kits. Do I want to put wings on this? Probably improve the performance points and nothing else. But it looks cool. You know what? No. Because I'm a scientist, right? We're all scientists. Science is awesome. And I don't want to skew the results or have anyone say that, hey, you put that spoiler on there and that somehow changed something. Even though the only thing the spoiler changes are the performance points of the car. And basically, performance points in this game just let you know, is your car too good or not good enough to qualify for a race. This is where you want to go, the tuning shop. This is the bread and butter of buying cars on this game and then modding them. Let's check out the tires first. I think I'm going to go with the sports medium. Now you have different tires, and I'm not going to go through what they all do, but sports medium, it's a durable tire, it's got good grip. I think it's better than the hard tires for the way I drive, $7 grand, and I'm going to install it. That alone is going to make my car handle a lot better. Let's go into suspension now. Alright, I'm not going to spend too much money on this now. I could get the fully customizable kit, but then I would have to go and like tweak things, which I enjoy doing, and that is awesome. And the other thing about this game is it lets you tweak all of this stuff in a way and save it so you can have pretty much 3 different versions of a car, you know, and you can just pick which settings you want for a car. We're not going to mess with drivetrain or transmission now. We will go to turbo kits. And you know what? Why not? Let's just supercharge this take a look at how much extra horsepower just this is going to give us. 360 horsepower we have now. This is going to take us up to 418 horsepower. 17.5, that's all we're asking today, ladies and gentlemen. 17.5, going once, going twice. Sold to the sexy spider dude. Alright, let's go to exhaust now. And, you know, again, there's a lot of stuff in here. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna work. Alright, that'll take us up to 456 horsepower. The titanium racing exhaust. Install that. It's very awesome, too, that you can just install stuff here and you don't have to go to another screen if you don't want to. Sports intake manifold. It's not going to increase your horsepower too much, but every little bit helps. Alright, got that installed. Engine, very important. Alright, we're going to go through all 3 stages here. So you have to install stage 1. Alright, let's just do it like this. We're looking at the horsepower. We're at 465 now. We're going to install that. We will then go to stage 2. We will go 497 to 555. Purchase that for 15 grand. Installed. We will now go to stage 3. And as you can see, we're going to go from 555 to 594. We're almost at 600 horsepower. I actually can't remember where we started horsepower wise, but when you're done, if you watch this or rewind this, you can check that out. This is purely about weight reduction. Now, it's not going to let me change the carbon hoods, but I will switch out the windows here. The weight reduction is going to help, obviously, your acceleration. We're going to install that. Chassis reinforcement. We'll go ahead and install that. You don't need this. It's 20 grand. That might be a little bit pricey for you. Now, one thing I didn't want to do here, and I'll talk over this, but we'll just go through this. You guys can look at the stats. One thing I didn't want to do here was show you guys brand new, you know, Bugatti Veyron Super Sport or some Lamborghini Aventador. I wanted to show you guys a car that you could probably get if you've been playing this game. I mean, you level up pretty quick in the early goings. So, I mean, you'll get to stage 10 pretty quick. And this is a car you can pick up for cheap. You're not going to have a lot of money. What you're probably going to have to do is pick this car up. And I can tell you right now, this car naked is good enough to win the first maybe 5 races on this game. Easily. And then you'll get the money. Once you've got the money, then you can start upgrading this stuff. Maybe you don't upgrade everything all at once, but you upgrade bit by bit. And as you do, you'll be able to win more and more races. So now that we've got this car, you know, with some clothes on, it was naked before, alright? We didn't just put some socks on, we put some nice black socks on. The tuxedo, it's a nice tuxedo. It's not the nicest tuxedo we could have put on. We didn't tailor it. We just bought it straight out of the store window. But at least you're wearing something now, and you're going to look good. And your car is going to look sexy. Alright? So now we're going to redrive this car. As you remember, it was 125 miles per hour we were going as we hit these beams here on the bridge. Let's see if we've improved that. 160 already, and that's... Yeah, I can tell you already, just from listening to this car engine, if you guys can hear this, this car is going a lot faster now. 167, I believe, maybe 168, I don't know, was the top speed. We're already going 194, and this isn't even that long straightaway. Okay, I felt like I didn't have to brake quite as much there. The turn is a lot more smooth. Well, as you can see, I believe that's where I hit the e-brake last time, but we're still making good time, so the fact that I might have slowed down a little bit more that second time doesn't bother me. That's just bad driving on my part, by the way. I can tell you right now, this car is handling a lot better. It's accelerating a lot better. Great acceleration and handling will beat great top speed. You know, if the other cars that you're going up against have really crappy acceleration and handling. Okay, I let off the gas there for a second. I do not know why. This feels a lot better. And I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but I am a little bit more excited now driving this. This actually feels like a little fun car you can show up with and surprise your friends with when you beat them. As long as their cars aren't too good. But I can believe this car can hit 200 now. There it is, 200 miles per hour, ladies and gentlemen. As we go through this bend. Look at this. I'm going full out. I'm not letting up off the gas. I'm not hitting the brakes. I'm letting you guys see what this car can do with those basic upgrades. I did not fine-tune anything. So the three things we're going to judge this car on: speed, acceleration, and handling. And as the guy behind the wheel, I can tell you this car is doing a great job in all three. Yeah, I touched the paint there a little bit, and there. That's alright. That's basically because the car is going faster now, and I kind of got used to the old way the car handled. Okay, we'll take a look at the front of this car as we go through the straightaway here. Switch views. And I'm actually really enjoying this. So anyway, you guys pretty much understand what I've just done here. I think the video's pretty much over. I want to know what you guys think about not only this video, but this car. Have you guys driven this car? Do you guys purchase cars as well from the used car lot as well as from the new car lots in this game? Like, comment, subscribe, share. Stay tuned, and thank you for joining me. Once again, it's your boy, Arachnid Soul. Intellectual and voracious, as I'm going to spin out and wreck here intentionally. And I will catch you guys later.